All right, let's get to it. We're not gonna waste any time because I actually don't have a lot of time tonight. So we'll do a recap of what we did last night and go from there. But I think we should be good to finish this outline soon. We'll start off from the beginning. So section 1, Nier Automata. Nice. Section 1 is Nania's role in function. Section 2 is what Nania could have become due to circumstance. Section 3 is Nania's role as an identity. Section 4 is the Nania versus Tohno aspect. Section 5 is Tatsuri Nania. Section 6 is the identity he never had. Section 7 is Nania, the real Shiki. Section 8 is the prison aspect of it. Section 9 is Nania and death. I want to do a mythological tie-in to this. I think I know who I want to do, but I have to do outside research, which I'm going to do tomorrow. There's not going to be a stream tomorrow because I got to do a 24-hour shift at the desk, so I'll be back on Wednesday. I might do Achilles. I'll think about it. I just got to refresh my memory on that. So, Nania and death. Well, how about we do section 10 as what Nania represents? Yeah, let's do that. Section 10. Section 10. It's also hot. It's also hot as fuck in here right now. Section 10. Section 10. What Nania represents. I think Nania represents the gap. I think Nania represents the gap between what someone is and what people expect them to be. Hear me out on this one. Hold on. I think Nania represents the gap between what someone is and what people expect someone to be, and what they could become. Go into detail later. Okay. Go into detail later about this. Everyone has expectations placed on them. Akia is expected. Oh, yeah. Akia is expected to be what she is as ruler of the Tohno household through her upbringing. Okay. So in Tohno's case, or Nania's case, Everyone has expectations. Different circumstances. With different circumstances. Usually, people have the opportunity to change. Nanaya doesn't get that though. Yeah. Nanaya doesn't really get that. Nanaya doesn't really get that. It's a funny case because, again, Nanaya is potentially what Tohno could have been if the massacre never happened. It's a possibility that Tohno would have became Nanaya. Nanaya doesn't really get that. His identity is it's still circumstance. It's always gonna be circumstance. All right. Identity again is tied to circumstance. Near Automata music. He doesn't really get that. His identity is again tied to circumstance. Fuck. Okay. It's so weird hearing a slow version of this song, because whenever this song pops up, all hell is just breaking loose. So I think Nani represents the gap between what someone is, what people expect someone to be, and what they could become. I'm going into detail about that later. Everyone has expectations placed on them with different circumstances. Using Aki as an example, right from childhood, she is suspected to take over the Tohno. Well, Shiki should have been the one, but shit happened. Then it fell on Akia. So after that event, Akia was expected. High expectations were placed on Akia after that event. Usually people have the opportunity to change, which it does happen. Shion is a big example. She definitely got taken off her high horse after the events of Melty Blood. Is it for the better? Maybe, I guess. She was kind of a stick in the mud. Under Night gave her a personality. Nanaya doesn't really get that. His identity is again tied to circumstances. The circumstances that created him. Again, Nanaya serves as a what if. Speaking of what if, I should do Under Night videos. Under Night has a plethora of just interesting characters. All right, what more can we do here? And again, unfortunately, tomorrow I won't be able to stream because I got a 24-hour desk shift to do, which kind of sucks, but it gives me time to unwind and just chill for a little while. I'll come up with ideas that I need to. I'll come up with like video ideas. I normally do that when I have like this shift. It's just been a while because of this deployment, but excuse me. But hey, we'll see. Uh, so in a way, he represents unrealized identity. I think. Because he shouldn't be seen as a better version of Tohno. No, not a better version of Tohno. Debatable. Yeah, debatable. Because everybody loves Nana. I think Nana represents unrealized identity, not a better version of Tohno. Not an evil doppelganger. No, God, what's her ego? Oh my God. Jeez, that doppelganger video has me talking about doppelgangers everywhere now. I blame you, Golden Sun. I blame you. Not an evil alter ego. Nani represents unrealized identity, not a better version of Tohno, not an evil alter ego, but someone who would never get the opportunity to find out what he could be. Yeah. But a person not a person who got not a person, but a person who never got the opportunity to find out what he could be. I think we're good here. What Nania represents. I think Nania represents the gap between what someone is, what people expect someone to be, what they can become. Go into detail about this later. Everyone has expectations placed on them with different circumstances. Usually people have the opportunity to change. Yeah. Nania doesn't really get that. His identity is again tied to circumstance. The circumstances that create him. Again, Nania serves as a what if. A hot take. I think Nania represents unrealized identity. Not a better version of Tohno. Not an evil alter ego, but a person who never got the opportunity to find out what he could be. I like this. Also, as usual, don't drink unless you're my age. Cherish your livers, everybody. Yeah, what time is it? Alright, let's do like another, 10 minutes. I gotta apologize for these short streams. A lot of shit to do. A lot of shit. I gotta make time for this. I gotta make time for sprite animation. I gotta make time to go to bed. Weekends, I have a little bit more time. It's just tonight, I actually gotta go to bed early because I gotta be up early. Okay. Let's go over the sections one more time. I think we can get away with probably 2 more sections. No, we'll do 1 more section, a penultimate section, then we'll do the conclusion. And today is Monday. I think by Wednesday we should be good to write. I think tomorrow I'm not streaming. By Thursday we should be able to start the essay. The actual essay proper. So Nania's role and function. What Nania couldn't become due to circumstance. Nania's role as an identity. Nanaya versus Tohno. Tatsuri Nanaya. The identity he never had. Is Nanaya the real Shiki? Prison. Nanaya and death. What Nanaya represents. God, you're Automata. You're such a mood. To be honest, I think if we push this even further, I think we just be regurgitating ideas, in my honest opinion. I wonder. I think what we should do, because I have to do, I'm going to be doing the mythological tie-in. It's probably going to be Achilles, most likely. I gotta figure out how the hell. I think I can get that to work. Yeah, we should do a penultimate section. Then we'll do the conclusion. But I think we can get Achilles to work. I just gotta figure out how. So when I think of Achilles, besides the Achilles heel, going off the top of my head, Achilles. He was given a choice between two lives. He was given a choice between two lives. If I remember correctly, he could either live a long ordinary life, or he could live with glory. So we have Tohno living one life, we have Nanaya living that other. Well, he's technically not living because he's the dormant persona. Wait. His identity is shaped by other people's expectations already. Yeah, that works. It works. Because he has a choice of living an ordinary life or living a short life with glory. So expectations are already set upon him. I gotta tie that into Nanaya though. So the good thing about him is he has a choice. He can either, again, live an ordinary life or a short life of glory. Nanaya doesn't get that opportunity though, because again, he's the dormant persona. He's in that dome with Shiki Tohno. So Achilles has a choice between living a long ordinary life or living a short life but with glory. Expectations are already set upon him. He has a choice. Nanaya doesn't have a choice. Because Child Shiki was born into the Nanaya family. He was trained for their purposes being demon hunters. So he was trained as a kid. Then the massacre happened before he had a choice to become anything. The only reason why he became Shiki Tohno was because of circumstance, again. And the big what if is still, if the massacre never happened, would we have gotten the Nanaya aspect? Because Child Shiki Nanaya is a blank slate. He could have went that way or that way. This can work, but it's gonna be very weird to explain. Because he doesn't have the opportunity to choose anything. He's forced into something. Achilles got to choose, Nanaya didn't get to choose. So it's kind of the inverse. This can work. Fuck it. I would have to. We'll have to sleep on this, but we'll start. We'll start it. No, we'll do it. Section 11. Myth tie-in. I'm gonna have to, as soon as this is done, I'm gonna just make sure I'm actually accurate, because my Greek mythology is definitely, I think you got a word, but I just need a refresher. I know more so about Shinto, Chinese mythology, Roman, all the fun stuff, but Greek, it's there, but it's not the strongest. I lived a very interesting childhood. I used to read too damn much. Oh, so that sounds sad. Achilles. I think this can work. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna regurgitate everything that we just went over a couple minutes ago. The fuck? There we go. So, in Greek mythology, again, it's going off of my own personal memory. I will fact check myself later. In Greek mythology, don't mind me, I'm gonna cook. Jesus Christ. We're gonna totally ignore that because my curse of not being able to spell while I'm streaming is always present. In Greek mythology, Achilles is given a choice. Fact check later. Alright. So, in his identity is already, his identity was already being shaped by expectations. What time is it? Fuck. Alright. We're gonna go into a little overtime. We'll finish at the 30-minute mark. His identity was already being shaped by expectations about what he was supposed to become. He was literally given two choices. Okay. So in Greek mythology, Achilles was given a choice: live a short life of glory or live a long, ordinary life. Fact check later. His identity was already being shaped by expectation about what he was going to become. Ooh, hype song! An FPS drop. He was given a choice. He was given a choice. He was given a choice. I'll just bump into this. It's such a great song. So based on that choice, there was another life he could have lived. So, Nanaya So Nanya wasn't given that choice. Wasn't given a choice like that. Wasn't given an opportunity like that. Nanya wasn't given an opportunity. That wasn't given an opportunity like that. Nanya wasn't given an opportunity like that. I gotta word this a weird way. I'm just gonna have to just say Nanya specifically. We'll just. It's very weird. It's very weird to explain this, but I think we got this. So using both Nanya, Tohno and Nanya as an example, since they share the same origin, Nanya was born into the Nanya family, received their training. Nanya family. Nanya was born to the Nanya family. Trained for their purpose. Demon hunters. Quite literally the same as Ryogi's family. Also, again, cherish your liver. Alright, I'll be done in like the next 3 minutes. I definitely need to start preparing for the spray animation stuff. Okay. And the massacre happens. Raid, massacre, it's the same damn thing. Sort of. And the massacre happens before he can grow. Or choose. Or he can grow before he can grow beyond that environment. So, carrying on. Nanya wasn't given the opportunity like that. Using both Tohno and Nanya, since they share the same origin, Nanya was born to the Nanya family, trained for their purpose, demon hunters, and then the massacre happens before he can grow beyond that environment. So, Achilles chooses his role. Nanya never gets the opportunity. So it's kind of it's a weird tie-in, but it works. Chooses his role. That defines him. Achilles chooses a role that defines him. Nanya was left with a role that was defined for him. Is left with a role that already defined him. All right. All right, because it's about to be 30 minutes. Let's just go over what we did tonight. I think we can do a penultimate section Wednesday and a conclusion. Then we should be good to go. I still gotta find an intro quote and conclusion quote, but we'll deal with that later. So today we did section 10. So what Nanya represents. I think Nanya represents the gap between what someone is, what people expect someone to be, and what they could become. Go into detail about this later. Everyone has expectations placed on them with different circumstances. Usually people have the opportunity to change. Example, after the Shiki incident, Akia was expected to be the heiress pretty much of the Tohno family. Shion, from her experiences from the beginning of Melty Blood being pretty much a bitch, excuse my French, to all the way to the conclusion made her a better person. And we won't count Under Night because she's a kind of a gag. She is a gag character in Under Night. So Shion had the opportunity to change. Nanya doesn't really get that. His identity is against the circumstance. The circumstances that created him. Again, Nanya serves as a what if. A hot take being, I think Nanya represents unrealized identity. Not a better version of Tohno. Not an evil alter ego, but a person who never got the opportunity to find out what he could be. I'm really gonna think about this one. We're gonna keep it for now, but I don't know yet. It's a weird tie-in. So, using Achilles from Greek mythology, in Greek mythology, Achilles is given a choice: live, not life. Live a short life of glory, or live a long, ordinary life. Fact check this later. His identity was already being shaped by expectation about what he was going to become. He was given a choice, so based on that choice, there was another life he could have lived. This is a outline, so I'm not really worried about grammar, but I'm still gonna fix myself. Nanya was given an opportunity like that, using both Tohno and Nanya, since they share the same origin. Nanya was born into the Nanya family, trained for their purpose, demon hunters, and then the massacre happens before he can grow beyond that environment. So Achilles chooses his role that defines him. He's left with a role. Ah, Jesus Christ. Nanya is left with a role that already defined him. Bang. I think this is good. So, as mentioned, unfortunately, tomorrow I'm not going to be able to stream this because I do have to do a 24-hour shift. So, Wednesday, the plan is do a penultimate section, a conclusion. I'll go over the outline one more time off stream. Then Thursday, we should be able to start the essay proper. I just got to find an intro quote, how it ties into the essay itself, a followed a conclusion quote, and how it ties into the ending. But besides that, be expecting us to finally actually get started in a couple of days. So take care, everybody. I gotta go do some sprite animation stuff. Then I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye bye. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy the VOD.